Before we get started, can you just tell us a little bit about your background and your personal life journey? I'm really curious what brought you to be inspired to help support people with these specific issues.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Like so many people that wind up in the world of treating complex chronic disease, I had my own journey. So a lot of my work was really based upon originally just trying to solve my own process. So started with really bad chronic constipation. And at some point I had so many symptoms that I literally thought I was dying. I was having to sometimes be carried up and down the stairs because certain days I was having a hard time walking. I was having these really crazy neurological type of symptoms where I would occasionally forget where I lived. I would lose feeling in my limbs. So some pretty scary stuff. And like so many people that go through these chronic types of conditions, I had a lot of workup, a lot of lab testing, and everything was basically normal. And it wasn't until I dove into this world of studying and learning how to work with these complicated conditions that I was able to run the appropriate lab tests to actually discover that I had Lyme disease and mold illness and a myriad of other things. And that really is where the circuit began of treating and learning and working and training clinicians then in these kinds of conditions.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So, help us just understand kind of some of the basics. Like, first of all, like how common is mold illness, and like how do we actually define it?
It's such a good and important question, I find, because so many people hear mold illness, and there's a misunderstanding that mold illness is a mold allergy. And we can certainly have a mold allergy. That is absolutely possible. But mold illness truly is more than an allergy. It's where we have a genetic condition. And it's actually a pretty common genetic condition. It affects up to about 24% of the population. And this genetic condition, what it does is it changes the way our immune system actually is able to recognize and tag the toxins from mold. So, somebody with this condition, they breathe in mold toxins. Due to their genetic condition, their immune system is not able to see the mold toxin. And when the immune system's not able to see the mold toxin, it's not able to remove the mold toxin. So it's actually, genetically very, very, very common. And it also explains sometimes for people, a common thing I hear with mold is, well, there's no way it could be mold. There's no way I could be living in it. There's no way I could be around it because I'm sick and my spouse isn't sick or my children aren't sick. And that genetic understanding that it's not an allergy, that it's truly this genetic anomaly, really helps people make sense of how common it is and the fact that they could be living in it even if their family members are not also sick.